Yep.
Alright, cool. Apologies, everyone. I am tired, so there is going to be low-level vim in this introduction, but this is episode 119 of the Different Show podcast with myself, Raw Talk Reese. Who do we have in the studio to my right?
2 drinks.
And to my left?
Yay, I'm back. It's me, KD.
Obviously, on a normal occasion, I would be here, but that broke back bald bitch caught the flu because he's soft.
Triple B.
But I would say I'm wishing him the best, but I'm soft, so I'm not saying that I'm not wishing him nothing. Go drink some ginger tea. Mark, how you doing?
Stress, man.
What's wrong?
Work has been working me, man. Like crazy.
There's a setup there, but I'm leaving it alone.
No, I heard it and I just thought I'd turn it into Michael Jackson.
I'm even too tired to even respond.
So what's going on? Because I know obviously you're basically a channel manager. So what's going on? Like just a lot
of changes, last minute changes.
What for your position or just for?
Like titles. They're moving around dates and stuff, and guess who has to deal with that? Me.
MB.
Yay.
M to the brown.
I'm trying to get back into photography, so I've been trying to edit a lot more.
Bruv, you got backlog footage for days.
Yeah, I got backlog, but I need to edit the backlog as well. So it's been nuts. It's been crazy.
I was gonna say this.
Kind of do.
No comment on that one because it's none of my business. I was gonna say, listen. It always annoys me that she laughs at Motley, and then her shoulders does this as well.
They really want to do it as well.
I was gonna say to you, obviously where we had that minor issue last week where we didn't have visuals, technical problems and whatnot. I would have said you would have had perfect time because you didn't have to edit anything.
No, that was great timing for me.
There you go. Honestly. Whereas for me, like,
it happens for a reason.
I can't trade 100. But yeah, Kay, how are you doing?
Birthday, belated birthday, girl.
I wish you happy birthday anyway.
Yeah, we all did.
Spammed.
That was nice. I got some nice messages.
Oh, the spam face moving girl, bruv.
But yeah, I was saying.
By the way, you posted something with your partner, yeah?
Oh dear, what?
No. It wasn't. No, it's not bad. It was the caption. You said the Moomins or spam face. Something.
Oh my god, the Moonface, Mr. and Mrs. Moonface.
I was dying.
I posted it, I really wanted to send it to you, and I thought he's gonna be like, why are you sending me this? I was like, he's gonna see it.
I saw it straight away. I saw it, and I was like, she's on holiday. Leave alone.
I wasn't then yet. We was going to get our vaccinations, so we flew out. Actually, well, technically, you can get it done. You have to get it done 24 hours before.
Where did you go?
They didn't ask for it.
Spain.
I'm cutting my teeth. They didn't ask for it.
Spain.
But it's within 24 hours before, so
Spain. Why are you speaking like Sean Connery? Spain.
So you have to get vaccinated to go to Spain?
Not vaccinated, sorry. Like, why did I say vaccination? Sorry.
Next year you're going to need a visa, though.
Yeah. What do you call it?
I don't know.
Fit to fly test. So you just have a test within the 24 hours after flying.
Oh, okay.
Before flying. So
what they make you do.
They never asked for it, though.
A young bleep test before you go, bruv.
God knows this one was drinking too.
Who, me?
Yeah.
It was a good time. I had I didn't plan anything with my party. So at my birthday, I
didn't plan anything for my party.
It was stress free. My family had planned something for me. Phil had something nice planned for him when we got back. He planned like a dinner and stuff.
You know why Phil's foul? You know why Phil's foul? Because we're your friends. We didn't even get invited. And we know Phil. That's foul, by the way.
You know, this one was in my end once again.
No, forget all that.
No, she was in my end.
No, Mark, forget all that.
She was in my end.
That is bad mind. You see, if I have a birthday thing yet, and I'm not involved, and I hate celebrating my birthday, and fam. I looked at it, I was like, right, oh my god, that's so cute. I was like, right, hold on a second. What, Philly really don't like us, does she? Mad. That's crazy.
I think with them, what it was is obviously
that's cool, man.
What it was is
I do class you.
In fairness, I know something from FOMO. I just thought, right, we didn't even get the choice to say no, bro.
No, I do class you.
There wasn't even a choice to say no.
Mark, would you like to attend K's?
Nope. Someone actually messaged me and was actually quite pissed off.
Serious? Okay.
And I was like,
I wasn't pissed off.
I don't think.
Oh my god!
It made me laugh when I was on Phil's story and it said duck and waffle. I was like, right, that's down the road.
Oh, swear, man.
Oh, that was after.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
And then the holiday I didn't know about. I found out at the dinner, which was the night before. I just thought we was doing something that week, so I had to take the time off. And I was like, oh, because I was really going to say, in that week, if you're not doing anything, like, pod is in the evening, I could really go to pod and we could do something after or before. And I was really not going to take the Wednesday off because I couldn't afford to keep taking up too much holiday. But yeah, he made me, but I see why now. But yeah, that was nice. It was really nice. Nice not having to plan my birthday for once because I'm always planning stuff. But I think this year, I just said, I'm going to have dinner with my family, dinner with my partner,
and dinner with your friends. Yeah.
I was planning one. Do you know what? Now I see. People put me off planning the birthday because I was like, I'm not planning a party.
Hey!
I said, I'm not going to have a party. But I am going to plan a dinner.
Welcome me.
And they told me not to.
Okay. It's time to go.
So again, you're carrying.
But
what a scumbag.
Yeah, no, there was a couple of people that wasn't there. A couple of people that were probably vexed about it, bitter about it that they didn't wish me happy birthday. But that's fine. You don't need to do that.
It's gonna happen.
But it is.
You can't please everyone.
There's always like you can't. And I think they did a great job of surprising and stuff like that. And I think they had to call it with. I think there was so many people.
Was Lisa there?
Of course she was.
You can't do that because Lisa's like my longest friend. My longest. Yeah, she's my oldest friend.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
As we get to the topics of love.
Yeah, it really shows.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, I was really in charge of my surprise dinner. Really.
As we're getting into topics of love and whatnot, yeah, there's an artist who I love what they've done in history for music and whatever, and I've loved what they've done within the creative industry, but
I know what's coming.
Yeah, it's getting to a point now where
White lives matter.
his actions loudly are becoming more so problematic. So Kanye West,
Mr. West
was recently wake up, Mr. West. I think you need to, bro.
So much, but
it's 2 weeks in a row. So
yeah,
him
the waste man. That's why.
standing next to Candace Owens. I don't hate her. I mean,
I don't hate her.
But yeah, she triggers the right type of questioning. And him wearing a brand or a clothing line to promote the new Yeezy collection, which was White Lives Matter. But yeah, obviously, contextually, we don't know what it is. My first thought was, this is great clickbait. It's also him probably calling out the hypocrisy of Black Lives Matter, as in, if he's talking about the organization, fine.
By all means, yeah, cool.
If he's talking about what it means, it's different.
Yeah.
But I looked at that t-shirt and thought, bro, this is the most problematic thing I think you've done so far. Like, the slavery was a choice comment. I thought was problematic, but I took what I took from the statement and left it as that. I think when you realize the last 3 years with everything that's happened in America or globally and how people and brands and companies have tried to do their utmost to try and do some stuff, quote unquote, to help black people, seeing Kanye West, a black man, wear a t-shirt that said White Lives Matter, it's probably worse than...
I've never heard of that brand. It's an actual brand now.
He just had a t-shirt.
He had a fashion show.
At first I thought...
I didn't watch it. Most things with him now, I just can't be bothered.
Yeah, and he had that on his top.
On the back, and then there was a white guy in the front. I thought him having the Make Amigos go away hat was bad enough.
He's just terrible.
Whoa, the MAGA hat, but I couldn't make Amigos.
Well, they're kind of going away.
But I was sorry.
I was thinking.
I was like, make Amigos.
The MAGA hat, make Amigos go away. But sorry, I was watching. Who's that? The comedian, Andrew Schultz.
And the next comedian.
But yeah, so obviously, Kay, you haven't seen it. Mark, the question I wanted to ask everyone in the room is
he a dickhead? Yes.
No. How far is too far? Because you can't cancel the guy because he's a billionaire.
No, you can't cancel him. I think I watched something on Breakfast Club where Charlemagne says, like, he does these things
because he wants white vindication.
Yeah. And for me, it's clickbait, perfect clickbait. But Kanye's not been about the people for a while.
Would you class as being about the people? Because when we speak about for the culture, for example, and I watched an interview today with Bouncer and Little Man. I was on the way here. I was listening to it.
Well, another one with them too.
Like they're talking, but they had to kind of break down what's going on.
Okay.
And speaking about shit's not for the people, by the people. Like, do you have to live and die by the code or for the culture?
No. And when I say for the people, I just mean like there was a time that you would say Kanye was definitely repping for the people when he spoke about Bush, and you know he was very animated. He was very like he was there for his people, and the way that he brought his people in the fashion game or in the music scene. Now Kanye is very like it's all about me.
But hasn't it always been?
It's always been about him.
I'm saying, when we've watched the documentary, from.
But I feel like he's pushed even the people close to him away.
Because everyone's like, oh yeah, it's because he's got bipolar and whatever, or whatever. But bipolar doesn't make you do.
Yeah, he still knows what he's doing.
He's still a grown ass man.
Even when the Queen died, he said, "Yeah, I lost my Queen too. I know how it feels."
But would you not look at it like his? And I'm not like giving him a blight here. I'm just saying, would you not look at it in a way where this is like, pardon the term of Gilly and Wallow, yeah? Is this not $1 million worth of game where he's kind of just being like, I'm a marketing genius, I'm going to trigger a debate or trigger reaction so much that no matter what, people are still going to buy my stuff. They're still going to buy the clothes. They're still going to buy the trainers.
Yes and no.
People do this with Gucci, bro. People still buy Gucci.
Yeah.
It's just, I think the issue is because he's black.
Yeah. But, and you know how the black community is.
No, but you also have to understand, and I say this to people all the time, not all skin folk are kinfolk, bro.
Yeah.
So when I look at him, it's like, when we speak about R. Kelly, some people have the ability to separate
the music and
from the man. I can't.
I can't do that with Kanye.
And I'm not angry at that because you have the choice. You have the choice of doing that because, as I said, we're not homogenous beings. But I do believe, obviously, we're ants. And what I mean by we're ants, as in the grander scheme of things of him being a billionaire, we don't affect his revenue. Because his revenue streams are based on artists he has signed, businesses he has, and the Yeezy line. So it would have to be a complete shutout for him to start losing money. And even if he starts losing money, he's still making money.
Yeah,
he's creative. He'll make money out of anything.
Yeah.
But how far, on a problematic scale, for both of you, because I haven't even asked Katie, because I can see where Katie is itching her head.
You know what? No, my neck.
Right, yeah.
It feels so nice as well.
Is your neck hurting you from carrying the blessings of your birthday? Okay, cool. So obviously,
Yeah, my son.
who scored?
I don't know, but we scored.
Oh yeah, that's it. But do you think
How far?
No, not even how far. For individuals, because obviously both of you think differently. How far is too far for you where you basically mute him completely? Because I know with people I don't like celebrities or whatever, it just goes into mute mode. Like I'll just block anything or mute anything. Well, if the story comes up, I won't see it.
I've never done that. I've never muted someone.
Do you mean
I may mute him in my head.
Do you mean like on social media actively?
Across the board.
Across
the board.
I've muted him for a while.
I can't even remember if I follow Kanye West anymore.
But you're still aware. I don't follow.
I'm still aware of certain things.
I don't follow celebrities.
I don't think I do. Well, I don't think I follow Kanye.
I follow like normal people. I don't follow celebrities. Is that me following Kendrick? Kendrick doesn't post.
No, it doesn't.
It's true because
I think the only thing I follow is on Spotify where it has the follow thing. So when new music comes up, it will pop up on Discover.
100%. Yeah. That's all for my artists. I will follow them because I want their new music. On social media, yeah, because I like to be nosy. That's how I know things, even though I don't always pay attention. But seriously, some people,
we know.
Someone could be like, "Oh, this is going on," but like, "What are you talking about?" But because I don't really care. But yeah, Kanye, I don't really like. Everyone's like, "Oh, did you see what he tweeted?" I don't really look at his tweets. I don't really look at his social media.
Do you feel like it's a ongoing thing when it comes to him?
Yeah, it's like
to the point where you're just like, oh, here we go again.
New.
Yeah.
Since it wasn't.
Is it less about Kanye and more about the modern day ideals of the industry? So when people are marketing stuff, whether it was 6ix9ine or whomever, there's always that extra shit. The extra shit where you want to ignore it, but it's in your face that you become intrigued.
Yeah, well, especially if I'm on Twitter, because I'm like, sometimes I don't think about it, but yeah, like you said, if it's in my face, I'm like, oh, and I might read, and then it's just a toxic place because you just get sucked in, and sometimes I'm like, okay, let me get off this. But
I'm the worst person on Twitter. I barely look.
I was like,
Yeah.
even with this whole, it's not, to me, it's not really a big deal, but the whole JT, Nicki and Cardi B crap, that was even just,
I have no idea what's going on there.
they've got some kind of beef going on. It's really not worth discussing, but they've just got, Cardi and Nicki have got a beef, and then now this with JT's involved as well. It's just silly. It's just another thing. It's like something you see and it's blowing up on Twitter from like the last 2 days, and everyone's going on about it. And I'm just, and then one of my friends was like, oh, can someone explain to me what's going on? And I was just like, they've got some kind of beef going on because yada, yada, yada. And I don't even know that because I follow it. I know it because I've seen it so many times. Just seeing random things, I've basically
It's
picked up what's going
clickbait
on.
though. Like when it's like
It
famous
is.
people gonna talk about it. People
They're
gonna blog
arguing,
it.
changing their DPs to foolishness. Apparently, I'm like, these are grown ass women. You've got well, 2 of them. You've got kids. Like, who's got time for this? But clickbait, relevance, all of that,
It's like real life love and hip hop, basically.
basically.
But back to Kanye.
It's the worst.
I think, you know, it's like one of my friends and I had a conversation about him, first thing in the morning yesterday, and she was like, she voiced her opinion on his manner, the drop off in her opinion of his clothes, and like obviously and what he represents. And I said, listen, you got to understand that for you and I and for a few people on the planet, you overstand when someone's doing something for the benefit of themselves, but don't realize they're doing things that are hurting the masses. Especially if you're doing it, depending on whether you're doing it for financial gain or it's being done in a way which is detrimental to others. But you also have to understand that he is a person that does these things and continues to do these things for.
Do you think to him he thinks this is the best way I can market my stuff?
I think sometimes I do wonder, does he think that? Or
I think he
sometimes I
does.
think, is he just being himself and he's just doing what he wants and he can exploit it
I
because
think
of who he is?
the two things can exist. Let's tell me the double negative. I think the two things can exist where maybe he thinks that maybe it does work because it worked for 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And maybe that's just who he is. This is just who he is now. Like, I was surprised seeing him with a beard. I said, raw, what this? Man got the lumberjack beard.
The lockdown moustache.
Is he?
What have you
Yeah.
got?
I haven't seen.
It's
I
all
haven't seen.
curling
Beard
over
is
his lip.
thicker than mine. It's thick, like, yeah.
I'm trying to think if I've ever seen Kanye with a beard.
No, goatee.
Yeah. Wow.
Never seen a beard. I said, raw, boy, this is.
Some people said that it must be in album mode. I don't really care.
Mark, grow up.
I've not cared about his music for a while.
It just is what it is. He's annoying to look at sometimes. I'm just like, oh God. Like, it's like, oh, it's Kanye again. But it's just like, it's leave it. There's many people out there in this world that are like that. Celebrities or non-celebrities.
The thing is, because he's a pillar indirectly, he's still.
I was gonna say because he's a pillar. I was like, yeah,
No, he's a pillar. Because he's still a pillar in the black community, it's still something that you look at. And I think, especially over here at the moment, it is Black History Month. I think I don't wait to Black History Month to look at black figures in history anyway, but I do sometimes look at it a lot more in October.
Yeah.
I was looking at someone died today whose son was an Olympic athlete back in 1992, and his name was Jim Redmond. So Jim Redmond's son, Eric, was running the 400 meters, and his son popped his hamstring halfway through the race.
Oh, sure.
Right, yeah. And literally, heart of a champion, Derek, carried on, but he was balling. Yeah, he carried on running, but he wanted to finish the race, innit? Because remember, you got to understand, you train for 4 years, the cycle, you train for 4 years, and then like one bad thing happens and it's like you've wasted your 4 years. But kept on going. Obviously, his dad, Derek, RIP, he was 81. He tried to run onto the track, innit? And the guy tried to hold him off, innit? pushed him off because it's a semi-final race. Pushed the guy off. Obviously, they've realised it's his dad, and he's gone next to his son, like put his arm around him and just helped him complete the race. Right. So for me, for Black History Month, R.I.P. Jim Redmond. I just thought it was such a good story of like
That is, man.
a parent, because obviously when we talk about Black history in itself, we always talk about the greats or the more known ones. In Rosa Parks, in Martin Luther King, in Marcus Garvey, in Malcolm X, in Harriet Tubman. The lady who created Mary Siegel, the lady who created the traffic light.
CCTV, I forgot her name. The woman that created that.
You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, she effed up bare man then, bro.
Yeah, she did.
Right, yeah.
She knew what she was doing.
So we always talk about the main ones, but I don't think we pay attention to other ones. Like for me, like if I'm thinking like history, like I always first before I look at
The common ones.
the common ones.
Yeah.
For me, I would put someone like Kim Collins as someone who is representative of black history. So Kim Collins was like the biggest or the best well-known 100 meter sprinter to come out of St. Kitts.
Yeah.
That guy.
What year?
I think
No, I remember him.
yeah, ball-head man.
Yeah.
quick.
He was good.
Still running
He was
up
good.
until he was like 38, 40.
Nah.
Like he was quick.
No, I liked him.
Right, yeah. So for me, I always look at that. I said before obviously Marcus Rashford, even though Marcus Rashford by nationality is English, Kim Collins was the biggest and best export to come out of St. Kitts. So for me, I always look at those things more so if anything. But the question I want to ask both of you is, do you do things differently in October when Black History comes around? As in, do you step out to events which project and push Black businesses? Do you go out and research different things from influential Black people? Like, is there anything you do differently that makes you want to get either closer to your roots or just makes you want to learn more about different people within history that kind of bettered or made certain things better for us in this current climate, even the climate's still a bit?
I think in the sense of history, yeah and no. Like, I mean, in terms of, when everyone's like pushing Black business and stuff, I feel like I do that on a weekly, if not a daily anyway, whether it's my friends or a friend of friends or just a Black business that I've heard of that I'm like, oh yeah, because it's just important to me, things like that are important to me. I think on the history side of things, Jesus.
Drink your water.
Oh, on the history side of things, I would say, like I said, yeah and no, just because I've grown up with my parents and my family.
You see where her voice bounced back?
Yeah, that's quick, boy.
I was trying to do it quick. Hey, my parents and my family have always influenced us with like all of that kind of stuff. So I would say probably it heightens it more for me, but it doesn't make me feel like I need to be, I wouldn't say aware, but more involved in it, if that makes sense. But yeah, sometimes when it does come to Black History Month, I might think of there might be extra Black events that are on that I would want to take more of an opportunity to try and attend and things like that. I would on the flip side anyway, but because it is heightened more in October anyway, it heightens it more for me, if that makes sense. Like what we were saying about trying to look at what kind of Black people in history influence us that's not like the obvious ones. Even things like that, that's actually made me have to sit and think, who is it that I feel like makes much more of an influence that is kind of low key and not like out there and the typical greats of Black history. So for me, I would still be thinking about that and doing obviously a little bit more research and things like that. But in that sense, yeah. But in other senses, not as much, probably just a little bit more heightened.
Yeah, for me, I definitely try and go to more exhibitions or like any events that I know is going on. Because sometimes, yeah, I do feel it's pushed more, obviously in October because it's Black History Month, but so we get to know a bit more information of what's going on, and in a way, it's good because sometimes I didn't know about these events before. So if I get a chance to go to some of them, I will go and support it. Black businesses, I do that on a regular basis anyway. But for me to like look into, I don't know, different black people that probably changed the landscape of time or the world or whatever that are not really spoken about enough, I do try and get involved or like just research a bit more. Like there was a woman, I think her name was Bestie Coleman, I believe. She was the first person that fly a plane, I think. Black woman. But you don't really hear about her. So I was just like, I just looked it up and I was just,
Bessie Coleman.
that's it, yeah. And I was just like, rah, okay, how come she's not really spoken about?
Born 1892 in Atlanta, Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Atlanta, Texas.
But things like that, or, you know, because of it's Black History Month, you get a lot of old school films come up and like documentaries and stuff. And
BBC Two the other day had on like an array of black movies.
Sky just have a whole like
it's annoying when
section of
that.
Black
I
History
get
Month.
it, but
Disney
it's
Plus got it
annoying.
as well, but I see it, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Some of them I've seen, I was like, I'm not sitting down to watch some of these movies. And then when I see the same movies, I just ignore them because they're not they're not black movies in me. They're just.
Did they have Cool Runnings on Disney Plus?
Yes,
They're
they
coming
do.
like fucking BET.
By the way, I
month.
can't violate Cool Runnings because
I would never
apparently
violate it.
As a kid, I loved that movie.
Same.
And I used to watch it
Likewise.
so much. And the thing is, I've not watched that movie. Think, bro, I'll put Goofy movie as a black movie, but I don't care, bro. Goofy's black, bro.
Everyone knows that Goofy's black.
If we listen to each other, bro, Goofy's black, bro. What?
He's the lucky egg.
Do you know the funny? Oh, that's hilarious. You know what I think it's funny?
I love that bit.
Do you know what animal Goofy is?
No.
So
Because I was trying to wonder,
So
and I
then
was like, Goofy's not a dog.
I thought Goofy
No,
was
it's not
a
a dog.
dog.
So did I.
And then Goofy has his dog as well.
Right.
Yeah. But then
His
I
son.
found out Goofy's a cow.
Huh?
It makes sense.
Google it.
It makes sense.
Google it.
I don't even
He's
need
a
to
cow.
because now I can't unsee it. But I've always thought Goofy
But
was
it
a
is-
dog,
it is
and then I
for
thought,
you.
actually, I don't know what
It
is.
is for you. But I think he's a cow. I remember reading something. I think he's a cow. Kenny's looking. But no.
I'll be damned.
That's like new every damn day. Nah, they put him as a dog,
Him as a dog.
but
But
I can see right. So basically, I can see pictures here where he's next to a cow, and it says Goofy is a cartoon character created by the Walt Disney Company. He is tall.
gangly.
I can't say this word. Wow.
Yep.
Anthropomorphic.
Yes, I'm from
Anthropomorphic dog who typically wears
It's like humanoid dog.
just
I think
like
it is.
tall,
It's a humanoid dog.
who typically wears a turtleneck and vest with pantries and designers. Yeah, but they say it's
Did you
a dog.
just start?
No, I just said because the rest didn't matter. Yeah, and they've said he's a dog, but and then someone's put is Goofy a dog or a cow? Meaning basically it's saying Canis goofus is the Latin term to describe Goofy, meaning that Goofy is not simply a dog or a cow. He's just goofy. Max. Anyway,
I don't know what you did. That was like
that's Goofy.
what I just did was Goofy. You did that. What that?
That's how he says Max, his son, innit?
You did what that Little Mix girl did when they asked her to do the Jamaican accent.
What does she say? She goes, I don't even know what she says. I don't even know, and I'm trying to
They should just told her to try and say bacon in Irish. That would have sounded more Jamaican.
basically. But what does she say?
Yeah,
Can you
see?
do a Jamaican accent? I don't know what.
Yeah, can
Oh.
what? I sound Irish, bro.
Beer can.
Beer can.
No, I can't,
Yeah, but it's got little-
I can't
it's
do
got
it
little
if I say
twang.
Beer can.
No,
Beer can.
they can.
Beer can.
What's up, KDL? What you got?
So I've got a question. I've got a couple of questions based on
I'm tired.
Mr. Jeffrey Dahmer.
Dahmer.
Have you? So
I've watched about 6 episodes.
same. I've watched six. I think maybe
Man,
5
I'm
on
running
episode
jokes.
6.
Man, I'm running jokes here, bro. I look at your gal, bro. I got my Dahmers on. I in my glasses, my Dahmers on. Castillo, bro.
Sick.
I was dying. He's like,
It's sick, but it's funny.
come here, man. I got my Jeffrey Dahmers on.
But yeah, it was just based on this. So obviously, you guys have, without going into detail, because obviously I haven't finished it. If you finished it,
I'm just not watching it, but I'm not sure.
but yeah,
I know about him.
But it's not.
but everyone knows the story
Martin Lawrence is a joke
anyway.
like Jeffrey Dahmer. And in fairness, it's not going to create me. It makes no difference whether I've seen the series or not. Like, but it's based on true events, even though some things are embellished. But yeah,
I just think it's quite interesting because Well, I like
People are obsessed with
documentaries
crime
and that.
documentaries.
Yeah,
Huh?
and serial killers.
Or just with serial killers and crime documentaries.
I'm not obsessed. I just find
You're obsessed. Like most people are.
I'm not obsessed. I find them interesting. I don't watch
Precisely.
every single crime documentary.
People
but
love the danger that they can watch from a distance and know they're not in danger. That's why they like programs like this. Like
I just
Top
think it's
Boy,
interesting to
like
know.
serial killers. They like watching things.
Top Boys, that's different. I'm just
they
like,
like watching. It's like when you're
Why are
watching.
you licking your lips watching Top Boy?
For example, when you're watching Jeffrey Dahmer, for example, some of the things that are happening, you're like, this wouldn't happen. Like, this is stupidness, but it actually happened.
no, I'm like cringe. I can't not watch it and
What's inside that
it's
room?
happened.
You know, gay shit.
It's just,
The man ain't gonna go in the room.
it's just weird.
Gay shit's in the room. Fucking hell.
I'm just like, and sometimes I've watched it like, but because I've only, it's like, for example, Ted Bundy. I've known about Ted Bundy for time, and I've watched the thingy and the tapes and everything. Whereas Jeffrey Dahmer, I knew what he was about, but I didn't really know everything. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this, and you know,
Yeah, because the way I sometimes understood him was that he mainly killed black people, but
well, that's what I thought. Really, I didn't know that it was
he didn't
that in
start
depth.
off that way.
Right, and I didn't know that because I was like, oh, he's killing white people, or is it? And I just wasn't
Killing people.
sure. Yeah, but no, the questions I was going to ask, based on obviously the show and the documentary and that, is obviously I wanted to ask, because it is Black History Month anyway, just what do you think on the injustice side of black people and how it's portrayed in that documentary?
It's in the 70s and the 80s, isn't it? 80s.
Yeah.
Nothing's really changed.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't.
Because I think the first episode where the guy ran away from him, and he had one of his hands handcuffed, and he was like,
the police it made it look like he was escaping from police.
So the police were like, why are you running? And I think there's a further episode where the guy actually reports him,
and they don't believe him.
They don't believe him, and then they said, "Oh, you must have a criminal record." Like they assumed,
said something like, "Oh, because you know what Harry is," and he's
Yeah.
like, "No, I don't, because I've never been arrested." He was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, well, you know," and I'm just like,
But
and it's
I mean,
just- it's
am I
not a
shocked or
shock.
surprised? No,
exactly, it's not a shock, and it's, do you know what? It's I can't help but feel like, oh, for fuck's sake, annoyed to watch it, even though I'm not shocked. It's just like, surprise, surprise. Like,
that
they sit
doesn't
there
really
and they
shock me.
don't-
I remember there was a scene where literally he got pulled over by the police. He was drinking and swerving the car.
You're
and
Jeffrey, innit?
Yeah, and he had the cut up body in the back, in bin bags, and the officer let him off saying, "Oh,
You've got your whole head of life ahead of you,"
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I mean, this
Not
is
a
what
black
happens
guy,
though."
wouldn't be a black guy. And you know what as well? What I was thinking as well, a question I wanted to ask based on that was, how many black serial killers have you
Come across?
heard of, come across, or seen any documentaries based on?
Not many.
And why?
It's not our job.
Because it's not even
People-
that.
no, 'cause
They won't let a
people
black person get that far anyway.
People obsessed
People
with
obsessed over
I think even if that was the case, that wouldn't be a black person that got the police called on them back 10 times or X amount of times before they got arrested. The first time they would have been done for. They wouldn't be able to get away with so much as
so
what
I think there is
he
one
did.
called Samuel Little,
Oh, no.
1940.
there's black serial killers, but probably not on the level of
Not on that level though. That's what I'm
Bundy
saying.
and you got to understand. Listen, America's obsession with murder and things like that. So, for example, if there was like a well-known black serial killer who was just going around killing black people, no one would care.
I mean,
No, they wouldn't.
And I don't
It's
even
not
mean it in a
funny,
rude
it's
way. They just
sad,
wouldn't
but
care.
They just wouldn't. No.
And-
Getting little white women, they would, but
I think you have to understand the series in itself talks about the disparity of how police officers at that time were very standoffish with their level of ignorance. So, for example, Ted Bundy being gay, right? Yeah,
Ted Bundy.
not Ted Bundy. Sorry,
When
Jeffrey
you said that, I
Dahmer.
thought, was
Yeah,
it-
yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer being gay and the era where people thought if you're near you touch a gay person,
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
touch
yeah.
the gay like it's the flu. You know what I'm trying to say? And then obviously the area in which he lived in, which was
Predominantly black.
so ultimately you're not really gonna care because I'm not doing more police work. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it's a process of things, and there's certain elements of that if you apply it to modern time and how modern policing hasn't really adapted that much, and how minorities are disproportionate to the people within the Met Police, for example, and how they're treated based on approach and ECT and arrest. So nothing's really changed, but you can also say that obviously being a serial killer, you also have to be a genius.
A mad genius.
Because you become a serial killer because you're actively killing multiple people.
So you got a plan
It
here.
goes past first, second, and third degree murder. Like you're just out here.
Yeah, because his first ones was accidental.
Yeah, with the weights.
Well, not unintentional. Well, he did. I don't think he lured him there to kill him. But then,
It was accidental to cuff Quef, man. Oh,
really not. But then the thing is, I'm like, was it accidental? Because that was the first person you've killed. But when you went to catch him, you envisioned jumping out on him with a baseball bat. Or you did. I can't remember if you thought about it or.
Remember, as a teenager, or an adult,
The amount of times I've visioned people
man pop
whack
out on me with a baseball bat. I am off ski, bro. There's no waiting around. I don't trust no one.
Like it's just. Plus, as well, another thing that really, really that I had obviously, apart from the obvious, that I took away from that is how do you trust someone so easily, and how do you just willy nilly walk off with someone that you barely even know? And
People do that now, though.
I know it's kind of more common in the gay community because a lot of gays just will go home together and it's nothing. But
people go home together. That's not gay,
people do it, but apparently it's commonly known more in the gay community where they're more comfortable. I don't know, whatever. But how do you just randomly go? Like,
that's a hookup.
I get it. I do. I get it because but it's just like, would you not think to yourself? And I'm gonna
no one's gonna think, oh, this person's gonna kill me.
I do, and I'm not just saying that because the show. I would.
You got PTSD because you grew up in London. That's why.
Maybe I would, because I'll be like, I don't even know this guy.
But you have
because sometimes there's girls I don't even know you go. Why am I giving you my number? Why would I go home with you?
You have PTSD because you grew up in London. That's the point I'm trying to make. When certain people say something to me, I'm like, bro, I grew up in London. Like,
probably yeah.
I grew up in South London. For me, I grew up in South London. So if you've been in and around certain people, you've been around certain areas or a type of school you've gone to, you naturally have a level of PTSD, not in a war-torn level or extreme level, but you're naturally paranoid because you're like, this don't make sense, I'm going home.
Yeah.
And even if it did, you could be the nicest guy, you could be sweet, whatever, sweet me in the club, buy me drinks, whatever. We leave it there. I may give you my number and whatever, but we leave it there. Who am I going home with you? Because then my family ain't gonna see me tomorrow.
I may give you my number, but when I leave, Instagram blocker,
blocker.
Even that, I've been hasty Twitter, to give my number, let alone go home with you.
Blocker.
Oh, do you want to go? Do you want to go to? What's that place that people go to?
Tinseltown.
I'm about to say that as well.
Nah.
VQ?
Yes, I was about
Bagel
to
shop.
to a V. So why do?
You know, I know what Kadia thinks all the time. It's actually annoying.
What place?
VQ.
What?
VQ.
Never heard of it.
What? It's by your office.
It's the after rave spot.
It's by your office.
It's the after rave spot.
You see, if you come out or I'm not going to bet where you work. See, if you come out and you're by the station, and you got the square where the theatre is.
Yeah.
Walk past the theatre, and that first road on the right hand side, it's just there.
Oh.
Mark's like, oh.
It's like a V, but it's like lines.
I've walked past it. I've never been there.
Food's lang, bro.
Yeah.
Food's lang.
Hey, come we go VQ. Do you want to go? And it's just a thing. And even then, I think
you're lucky,
I used to be like,
ooh,
no, but it wasn't.
Ours was a bagel shop.
Like, no, it's a bagel shop. Especially if you're in either South or
bagel
Shoreditch.
Shop. But first of all, don't ever refer to the South one as the bagel shop, man.
Sorry.
That is bad, man.
Go bagel bites. Go to Rimsey's one in West, bro. No, ours is not the bagel shop, bro.
But yeah, no, you can go.
Michael said the bagel shop. What's it called? What do royal people have in their head?
I just forgot about it. Fucking bagel
Crown.
King.
Thank you very much.
It was literally just on the tip of my tongue. Yeah. I just call it bagel. Even you want to go bagel? Okay. Cool.
You want to go bagel?
Michael drove from deep east for a bagel.
No, because there have been times when I've just been in
Of course.
South London and I've got right, okay. But there also have been times where
Links.
some of me and my friends have just gone for drives, and obviously,
Oh, of course.
that's the
That,
best
is that what you
bagel
call it?
place. No, on a normal day, not after a rave. Like a group of me and my friends will be like, "Oh,
Just go for a
get some
drive.
food.
Let's
Go
go
to
bagel.
Bagel King." And then I'm buying 3 bagels.
I need to
Yes,
go.
I'm eating while I'm taking the other two
I
home.
only used to go Bagel King if I was coming from somewhere and I was driving, and it was a crossover. Then I'd go. Like one time, I remember I went to my brother's birthday and drank. I was fine. I got the car. I was like, I'm going home. I'm tired. But it's like 4 in the morning. Right, yeah. Got in the car. Yeah. Got the bagel. Like, what's going, brother? You good? Yeah. In the line, like, cool. Grab bagel. Got in the car now, fam. My world started. I could see my whole world changing. I said, raw. Alcohol's got my body doing.
Harlem shaking about the place.
You know when what's that comedian's name? Little Duval does that shoulder thing.
Yeah.
But that's what my whole brain was doing. I said, yeah, it's time to go home. I'm done.
But no, what I was trying to say is that's basically what VQ would have been or is. I don't even know if people
VQ's
do that.
sensational. I don't think
But
when there's new spots now, people don't go VQ no more.
yeah, it was when I in my
Their food's probably a
younger
lot more
days,
expensive as well.
It was just a thing
My girl
where
hit 31 and now in my younger days.
it is in my younger days,
Jeez,
or in my
Are you old?
in my single days.
Are you
I should
old?
say. No, but I was like younger. It's like 25.
We saw the picture. I thought, oh, by the way, did you see the picture of Katie when she was a cheerleader? When she was like mad young?
Did you see it?
I don't
It's
think
so
I did.
Funny.
Cried with laughter.
Why?
She had
I'm surprised that's the only one
she
you've
has an
seen.
adult
They
face
always-
and a child's body, bro. like she looks the same.
I'm no different.
That cartoon face, picnic body, and she's like this.
Moon face.
Spam face moomin
How
girl.
old was I? I just turned 18 that week.
You were 18 in the picture,
I just turned 18 that.
bro. She
that
looks like she's
I think
12.
it was that day.
Wait, is that when you turned to the Slayer?
No. Nah.
Bro, she looks 12.
No.
Mark, she looked 12. I'm never taking
Bear
her.
in
She
mind,
looks 12.
From 2021, I think. I was still quite innocent there. I still like got excited over Disney. I do now, but you see the bow in my hair. It was a cheerleading competition. We went to Paris with my birthday at the same time.
Like
I
flex.
just turned 18.
Mhm.
But yeah,
My guy said like flex.
my point was I wouldn't even trust
What a dickhead.
to take me to VQ after the club unless we was all going, like a few of us were going.
I just think it's dangerous in general now to be like, oh yeah, I'm going out with my girl. I've what's the term? I've pulled. So I'm going out
funny.
with my man.
Times have changed.
But it's
now,
bad
innit?
because you wouldn't want to look like the friend that's being a cock block, but I'm being the friend that would be
Bro,
worried about
listen,
my friend.
I've never been angry with unless the girls come in with like with disrespectful energy. Yeah, I've never been angry about the friend making sure her friend's
Yeah.
cool. Unless you're coming with like aggressive energy, like, right, who's this? Who you talking to? Good evening to you too. Don't good evening, like, babes. Are you
Yeah.
alright? Like,
And I think that's what it is. Like, you know me, I won't be that friend,
they
but
just
I would
wanna-
just be like,
hey babes, you alright?
yeah, no, you
Have a
have
nice
to
evening.
be.
Oh! It's just actually water in her face.
I'm melting. My makeup. Yeah, no, I would always be that
Really
person.
see Hocus
I
Pocus
wouldn't.
then, boy.
It wouldn't sit well with me. Oh yeah, I would be like, without trying to make the guy I feel uncomfortable know what I'm saying, and my friends come over and go, no, I'll be like,
But then I'm not angry at women saying, okay, I'm going on dates.
That's not
And
sensible.
I know girls that go on dates and they share their location with their brethren.
Yeah.
I do it all the time. I do it to feel all the time. I'm like,
Or if they're out,
Send me a location.
for example, and you double date and your brethren are there in the same. You know what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
So it's
I've done that before when I'm younger, like done a double date just to feel a bit more safer. I've gone on a date in, like, I think the casino is a nice bar in Westfield, and my sister and my cousin
the
was
shit
downstairs
Westfield.
in the car park.
the shit Westfield.
Huh?
Huh?
The shit Westfield, yeah, 100%.
Huh?
I don't even like Westfield.
Actually, quickly, as we're on,
I like the casino.
as we're on the topic of Westfields, yeah. Have you not seen a video about what happened this week in Westfields?
Yeah,
The what?
yeah. The boy that got blicked. That's probably the only thing I've
Boy,
seen
they got what?
on social media. Actually,
So the security guard, who probably looks like he's maybe my age, if not a few years older,
yeah.
I think he's tried to stop these. Maybe I think there's 5 of them.
Is a black guy?
Yeah.
He's like a tall black.
I didn't know that was Westfields. That was
Yeah.
JD's or something, innit?
Yeah.
Westfield.
I was just like, oh god.
And
That
he
was
tried
the
to
Stratford
stop.
one as well.
Of course it's
And he had him by the neck and everything.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's tried to stop. Do you
Uh-huh.
You've seen the video, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think he went too far?
Yeah.
I don't.
But then
to be honest,
his
I
friends
don't,
were jumping in and stuff like that. So
do you know why? Because at the same
I don't know.
time, he's doing his job. I don't think he would have done that if the kids wasn't being as handsy.
I need, as much as I have my opinion on this, I need the before. I just need the before.
I do need the before.
I need the before.
I know what you
But
mean.
I'm letting you know, it's like, I said this to one of my brothers I kicked ball with, yeah? And because he was on holiday, he's on holiday at the time, I said, you know, I'm going to stop bothering you because you're on holiday, innit? Right, yeah. He started laughing and said, Reece, your one-liners. I said, do you know how irritated you have to be to headbutt a child, bro?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
He held, no, bro, that headbutt was stiff.
I can't see
and
it not being.
well, as far as I know,
West Africans are strong, bro. That guy's not
we
Caribbean.
don't headbutt like
Nah,
that.
bro, he's West
can't
African.
see it.
Yeah, but we don't
Sure.
headbutt like
No,
that.
I headbutt still. I kind of
You headbutt?
Yeah.
Oh,
If I'm under
please.
pressure and I ain't got no hands.
I hear that.
When I was younger, if I'm
If someone's gripped,
okay, cool. The last proper fist fight I had.
you got to use hair, innit? You can't.
Listen, the last proper fist
You've got to
fight I
use
had,
like
I
this
was
bit, not the middle bit.
last proper fist fight I
That's
had,
why they
I
go
was
down.
18.
Yeah.
Last proper fist fight I had, I was 18. Yeah, was at a barbecue, and the girls was like, "Oh, there's no drama in the case of that now." Like none of my boys are like that, but there was them that came like road boys from there. Like we knew who they were, but you just didn't want to be near them. There was a youth that I was affiliated with at the time. Yeah, we're cool now, but
I'd love
this
to
is
see you lot fight. Not each other.
no, never myth.
Why would you want to see that for?
Not each other. I'm sick. I just want to know how people fight.
As an adult, not a chance. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm fighting's not fighting no more.
So then, actually, no, tell her
No, not like that. But I'm saying I would like to see, not in the ring, but if you got into a fight, I just would like to see it.
So,
I don't know why.
Anyway, shut your
In
face.
fairness, I lied.
I just want to see.
In fairness, I lied. The last time I had a proper fist fight was when me and my cousin got jumped about 5 years ago. But at this time, yeah, me and this boy were when I was younger.
I think you told the story.
Me and this boy were affiliated anyway. We're friends. Boom. But there was issues where it was bobbling. Like you could tell, like something's gonna kick off.
Bobbling.
No, but you know when like there's people are saying certain things. There's an extra little bit of spice on it. Like
Was it a barbecue?
yeah,
I think you've said
there's an extra bit of spice in it, and then.
Yeah, you've mentioned.
Yeah, it got a bit mad, and then we had to go out the day after for our friend's birthday. It was a techie one.
I remember this story.
The techie one.
You said it, like,
And
when
I think
you
the
come out
friend's like
afterwards.
mad hench.
He's big
And you
out,
was
bro.
like, I'm not even gonna.
We're gonna use that. No, he put his arm on both our shoulders. None of you ain't gonna do nothing. It's my birthday, and if you do,
He was like, I ain't even trying.
if you do, I'm gonna bang your face. Like, listen, I love Bear to bits, bro. I was not telling man anything,
Just like, yep.
and he's bigger. He's even bigger now. So I was like, yeah, definitely not, bro.
The name Bear, boy,
Yeah, bare face. He looks like a bear.
and built like one as
Yeah,
well.
he's even bigger now.
Mad.
I wouldn't play fight with my for banner. All of my brothers, one's Muay Thai, one's box, and two of them are boxing. And Bear was boxing. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Myth.
And them times I was 9 kg, and them men are all like 80 plus kg as like 17, 18-year-olds. I said, yep, absolutely not.
Good night.
I don't want no smoke from none of you lot. Mark, what are you looking at?
Trying to think which one now.
The Dahmers.
Do any of you believe in ghosts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you ever
We're Jamaican,
ever
bro.
had any?
We're Jamaican, bro. Duppy. Jamaican,
Yeah, I know.
bro. You're Jamaican too.
Have you ever had any experiences where you think you've seen one?
Don't think I know.
No, I don't dance with Duppy.
I don't dance Duppy, but I know.
Yeah, I don't dance with Duppy, but
I don't dance
I've
with
experienced Duppy.
I have on multiple occasions.
When I used to live in West.
just
Ferry.
the once.
Yeah, just the once. Thank God.
A few occasions.
Live by myself.
Live by yourself now.
Yeah, but I was living by myself in West Ferry. Shut up.
West Ferry?
Yeah, it's near Canary Wharf.
Oh, okay,
Literally
cool.
one stop after.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. You live in Westbury.
Yeah.
Hi, Jim.
Is it one word?
Yeah, Westbury.
Okay, cool. The way you don't say it, I was like, what? Okay.
You've got a pier there now, isn't it? Westbury Pier. But anyway,
Yeah.
He don't live there no more. So
No,
you
but I'm
got
saying they've got a pier there, and so you can take the Uber boat along Westbury Pier.
Anyway, so yeah, it was cold, so I thought I would go to bed.
So
I thought I'd go to bed, wrapped up, and
he got violated in his sleep by a ghost. It was a scary movie.
Poltergeist. Sorry.
I felt like bad energy or
Yeah.
High vibrations.
or something in the room, and I was just like, I don't know where it is.
Did you ever go and grab Sage?
Shut up. And I'm trying to be serious. This is before Sage.
Quickly, have you seen that meme, yeah? Of when the man dies and he's in hell and the devil's like, show me what you use to protect yourself? and he shows the sage, and the devil starts cackling like
I see
aggressively. Bro, is that the funniest
I
video
see
ever?
that.
Sorry, continue.
I see.
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
Sorry.
Go on.
So basically, lying down, there was darkness.
You had them clothes, obviously.
Yeah. It was cold.
If you didn't, we know what happened.
Thank God. That's probably why I put on clothes.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
I don't want to be taken advantage of at night. My Duppy.
This is Scary Movie 2 all over again. Go on, continue. Sorry.
So, literally, I felt something pulling the covers.
I bet you did.
Reese?
Sorry.
And I started pulling
You're
back.
telling him off for once.
I was pulling them to me, and something was pulling them the other way. I've never prayed so much in my life. I thought it was over. I thought literally something's come to take me, and that's it, gone. Life
Especially
over.
if you watch like all them like possession movies and things like
I
that.
watch horror films fun.
No, that's what I'm saying, and that would play on my mind if that was happening to me. And
It lasted for probably about 10 minutes.
You sure you didn't have sleep apnea?
What,
Your body was
literally?
bugging out?
No.
literally, you're pulling the sheets and the sheets are going down.
Yeah. It freaked the living
Man,
daylights out of me.
Sat on the bed like this. Bitch, can I help you?
Well,
I ain't sharing nothing more in this pod. Just
no, I'm sorry. I'm
Nah,
sorry.
you start taking the piss.
It's like, put on the sheets. Marcus Brown, I'm here.
Take them clothes off.
Hello there, little man.
Oh, hello there, little buddy. Oi, you was rattled.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You was rattled.
So how did? Okay, so this was it like late at night? What time was it?
Maybe about 10.
Oh, it's 3 o'clock. You're in trouble.
How old was you at this time?
About 30. No. About maybe 28. 27, 28.
Before this happened, was you stressed about anything in life?
Yeah, my so-called roommate who done a runner and left me to pay the bills.
Oh, he'd done a runner by this point, and that's what. Okay.
Was you sleeping properly during this time?
Yeah.
Were you stressed?
Yeah.
Right. Have you seen this person since?
No, because he knows what I'll do to him.
Did you see anything?
Cough.
I wouldn't talk. It's a straight bang.
Did you see anything?
No.
Step the face. I'm gonna war you. Drop a knife and physically bore you if you don't
What
find
worries me is that it was bad energy, because sometimes when you see things and you feel the bad energy.
Maybe he just had bad vibes in the house and he left. No vibrations and shit.
Fuck him. He owes me money.
Yeah, 100.
But yeah, is that the only experience you've ever had?
Only, and the only one I want to have.
It never happened ever again.
No.
And then when it stopped, you just go sleep, or you
Man,
I would have switched TV on.
Man,
That's it.
really experienced real life paranormal activity, bro.
No, because sometimes
And you want me to just, no, that's over.
Sometimes you
What's that movie? What's that movie where then people move to the house, and the ghost is fucking with them at night?
Poltergeist.
Oh, guys, isn't it?
No.
Oh,
Paranormal Activity.
Is it paranormal activity?
Which when you said
Paranormal
the
Activity
Duppy,
or Haunted and Connect?
No, I think the one in the house, and they're recording.
Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
And then someone gets
4.
dashed. I think the woman dashes the man at the camera at the end.
And
Yeah.
then-
No, but
Yeah.
it's a slow burner, and then she's looking. They're recording it, and you can see her just looking over his body like that.
It's mad.
It's mad.
Yeah, it's mad. It gets silly later on, but
Stupid, bro. Like Insidious.
the last one's about witchcraft.
It's like Insidious. Insidious was sick, and then the second one is stupidness.
And then the third one, I can't remember. What's the third one about?
It's in the history. It's in the past. So that old lady, they do that face punk thing where she looks drastically younger.
Same
So I
old
stopped
lady
watching
that's in
them.
all of them horror films.
Oh, that's her bread and butter, bruv. Running man down on that.
But yeah, that's
Mark, I do apologize for laughing, but
I
that was
believe
funny,
you.
bruv.
No, you don't.
and it's freaky.
I said I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry for laughing at you.
But you still want to laugh.
I said you didn't listen. I said I apologize for laughing, but that shit was funny.
Fuck you.
That PH chasing me in my dreams. Told you I don't dance with demons, bro.
You know what I find funny though?
I don't parlay with pagans in real life either, so it works both ways.
Separate to that,
I was the only pagan that I'm cool with.
Shout out to
Ooh.
something that I did find funny is someone said TLC's sang about no scrubs while they were dealing with bankruptcy. I can't get over that. I can't get over that. They really sang about no scrubs. They had money issues.
I've never thought about it like that.
And I'm bad by for laughing at Mark getting run down by goals.
I look at you. This is probably why.
I'm bad by Mark tried to call for Velma and Shaggy Doo to save him, and I can't. And he's laughing at TLC.
Jinkies. Yeah, oh my god. Where did you read that?
That's where it come up on a meme. I haven't stopped laughing about it.
That's really bad. Man.
It's true though.
It is.
This thing about they don't want no scrub, but honey.
It's true.
Mark's a scumbag, by the way.
Yeah.
I'll put out there, Mark's a scumbag. The way Mark keyed on that, you're a bottom tier human.
I've got a question. What signs do you lot look for?
I don't.
Here's
a relationship question. Shock.
No, it's not. It's like I wrote this funny, but anyway, what signs do you look for to know that you can trust someone? I don't think I made sense. How do you know you can? Oh, that's it. How do you know?
When making friends or being around people, what are the signs that you openly look for that literally you can trust the person?
There you go.
So you don't ask questions that often.
That's what I was trying to say. 'Cause I remember I was typing it so quick because I had about 5 questions in my head that I wanted.
Communication. I don't know because it takes me a while for me to trust people. I'm cool with bare people. I trust like a handful of people.
Yeah, because going by the fact, not saying that you will trust someone 100% because that's basically impossible.
I trust my baby sister 100%.
But yeah, there's probably only like
I trust probably 4 people in the family.
You can count on one hand.
I trust Reese on the football pitch.
You can probably count on one hand everyone you trust 100%.
Or I'll go through someone.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll die for the team.
You're fucking right. Yeah, but that's competitiveness though.
Go!
But you could tell I was tired yesterday. I wasn't trying to do nothing like the extra.
No, you still had it in your system.
A ball rolled man and he fucking kicked me, bruv. Twice.
No, like for me, anything like that is experiences. Like it's it's communication.
Percentage don't need to be 100% though.
40.
Yeah, like to know.
On a paranoia level, I have to know you more than you know me for me to trust you.
Yeah.
Yeah. As in, like, I know everyone in this room, or like for you, or Mark, whatever, I know you lot to such a high caliber that I trust you enough. So it's like, i.e., the fact that I know what O's thinking before he does it. The fact I know what you're thinking before he does it. The fact I know if I say certain comments, I know when he'll laugh. So that's the level of trust of some people say I'm on the spectrum, and I was like, that's not that. It's just when you study people, certain things are easier. But I don't put my faith in a lot of people. Yeah. So when I do, it makes sense. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That's completely different. I don't think I put my faith in a lot of people at all. I will trust Beatles. What the fuck was I going to say?
You trust the Beatles, yeah?
I trust the Beatles.
Trust Ringo and the man.
I don't even know what I was going to say.
You trust Ringo, yeah?
I trust people to a certain extent. There you go.
So Ringo, Paul McCartney, and the rest of the man, you trust them? Alright, cool. On zebra crossings.
Abbey Road.
I was trying to think of a Beatles tune that it just did not come to my head. Very bad. Yeah. That was just basically still based on the Jeff Dahmer thing where...
Jeff like, who?
Jeff Dahmer thing.
Who?
Dahmer. Is it Dahmer? You over there in the blue can really not laugh at me.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
You haven't
had a Jeff, like my name is Jeff, like some random man, like it's a neighbour.
Yeah, because everyone keeps calling him, everyone keps calling him, like his family call him Jeff in the thing.
You're not his family, bro.
No, I know, but it's kind of just stuck in my head.
His family call him Jeff. I'm gonna call him Jeff.
I don't
know,
not because I like
Wait, what's your name, mate? My name is Jeff.
Jeff
Dubs.
His name is Jeffrey Dahmer, bro.
Jeff Dahmer.
I said Jeff Dahmer. I was like, who?
Jeff Dahmer. Yeah.
Who smells is this? Who?
Jeff for short. Yeah, Jeff Dahmer. But yeah, based on that.
Then I get angry. People call her Katie.
I call you Katie.
No, you don't.
All the time.
You can call me Gaddy. I like mean girl.
Gary.
Caddy.
Katie. Caddy.
It's Katie. Yeah, that's what I said, Caddy. I'm gonna call you Caddy. Yeah, so just based on that. Like, how do you trust
I'm
people that
laughing that she
quickly?
tried to throw the socks with the outfit, yeah. But when you see the red of the top and the red of the socks, like it's like the red.
Bear in mind, this red was never this red. Yeah,
We know this because we've seen the front cover of the movie. But
I did try and match it. These, funny enough, these socks were just the first ones that I picked out.
they were gonna go ABE.
I actually got
They
dressed
picked Christmas
backwards
socks.
In the
today.
dark.
I actually got dressed backwards today. I put the top on last. Yeah, because I was walking around my house with no top on because my house is warm.
Hey,
I put my top on last minute.
TMI.
Too
So
much
I didn't
information.
try to match it. It's not TMI. I could have been wearing my pajama top.
I got me like Winnie the Pooh around the house, bro.
I never said it's Disney pajama top. It could just be normal
No bottoms.
loungewear.
They had in the honey pot. Like. Hey Mark, that's hilarious. Man tried to lead with it, rock with it, lead with it, lead with it.
I always want to have the house like Winnie the Pooh.
Like mini the
Can you speak today?
No.
I
God.
think the train strike had her brain in the mud, bruv.
Oh God. Oh gosh.
She's lucky. She's
and that
lucky
just
I
made
was
me
running late,
laugh.
you know. Because she was like, "Oh, can you grab me?" But I think you're already. I was like, "Nah, it's fine. I'm running behind." And then was like, "Oh,"
It would have just basically.
and then was
been-
like, "This is the best part, Mark. I'm coming out the state. I'm getting off the next. I'm getting off now. I'm still waiting 10 minutes. I didn't realize it was the wrong stop.
No, I said get off 10 minutes, and I went.
Getting off now.
I basically went getting off now, and I put the running emoji. But as I've done it, I think I over anticipated the stop, so I went past my stop because I was on the phone, and I was like, shit. But luckily, I ran over the other side, and the next train was literally there, so it took like a minute. But still,
Anyone want to add anything before we?
I got a quick question for you, Kay.
I got a question. No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'll ask it after.
If you saw a woman beating up a man, and the man's not hitting back, would you step in?
That's Reece pushing his mic away. Wait, what?
If you saw a woman beating up a man, and the man's not hitting her back, he's trying to defend himself, would you step in and like try and, stop it? Do.
That's my answer.
Well, you just gonna drink your water, mind your business.
Mind my business.
Okay.
Why is it my business? So she's beating up a man. He looks like he's getting attacked.
Get weighed in, bro. Not get attacked. Get weighed in.
I don't think that's going to make any difference if I see a man beating up a man. I'm going to keep it moving.
Okay.
It's not my business. Unless that person has got anything to do with me, it's not my business. Because, like I said, like Mark Reece said about the PTSD, I don't know if she's got a knife. I don't know what happened. I don't know the story between them. He could have been a rapist and he could have attacked someone and she's coming to, do him in for whatever. I don't know. And I don't want to know because it's not my goddamn business. What would you do? Are you asking me that as a female or just
Yeah, Marston. Yeah.
because it's a female beating up a man?
Hmm.
No. If vice versa. If it was a man beating up a woman, a man beat up a woman, I wouldn't get involved. But I would. I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't get involved.
But you're trying to do something.
I'd feel very bad though. I'd feel very bad.
So you just grab your popcorn and just watch.
I wouldn't watch. I would probably just. I think it sounds ignorant, but because I know how the world is, for me being a good Samaritan could put my life at risk. Either way.
Yeah.
I would ideally like to. Let's say if I was in a situation where I could call someone to help, I'd probably do that. Like if I was, I don't know, let's say if I was in Tesco and I'm waiting outside, outside Tesco, for example, waiting outside. I'm saying this because something like this happened. I saw someone get robbed outside Tesco. And I would probably call someone to maybe say, oh, someone's call the police. But I wouldn't really want to make myself too involved.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just because I'm just very weary of my own life.
My girl said too involved. I'm involved to see you get your ass beat, but what's mildly involved? Like just watching. You're not gonna call the police.
I want to watch it.
Call the police. Gonna make it weighed in.
I'll probably try and call the police and like be like,
You want to chew your food?
Yeah, please.
I wouldn't want the attacker to see that I'm calling the police because they could just stop what they're doing and come and attack
Be
me.
a Karen and call the police, bro.
I would love to, but
You would love to.
love to help kind of thing. I would love to just help and call the police. But yeah. I probably
Just walk and mind your business.
I wouldn't walk away. I'd like to think I could, but if I was in that situation, I'm probably going to, if I know I can't help, I'm probably just going to call the police or just hope that that person runs off and leaves them alone. And you'd be like, you okay, bro? Yeah, cool.
All right. So, what question did you have for us?
So basically,
I said, you okay, bro? Yeah. No, bro, I got weighed in, bruv.
this question, excuse me,
That's for the dogs, them, you know.
this one, what is a question from you without it being a relationship question, eh? It's just on age limit. At what age do you think is too young or too old
No, I
for a
thought she
relationship
said-
or dating?
I have a relationship question.
For Asian.
Asian.
I thought I heard that. I was like,
No, guys, age limit.
what? What about it?
At what point would you think someone is too young or too old to date? Do you have?
Too young for me, yeah.
Do you have a, like? I'm pretty sure most men have an age limit. On
She has to be above 28.
Is that now?
It's
or
no.
It's
No.
In general.
Is
No.
that now when you was
No.
28?
No, but I'm saying in general.
Was that when you was 28, Reese?
When you was? No, but I'm saying when you was 28, it would be what, like 26, maybe 25.
No, it would be like, how old's my sister? She just said 29. So yeah, 28, 29. My sister underneath me, whose birthday was it? They have to be in that year group or above.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. Mine
There's
is always
18 months between
obviously
us.
a certain amount of years.
I couldn't date no one younger than my baby sister.
It's my year,
I
no?
couldn't take no one
It's
else.
my year, no? Or Katie's year?
Katie's.
You're with me.
No shit, Sherlock, yes. I'm
Oh, yeah,
91.
you are because you're.
I'm born 91.
Oh, I'm 91 as well.
Yeah, but we're not in the same school year.
We're not. I just missed your school.
You're in the same year as TJ.
Well, I just missed your school.
No, you didn't miss my school year. He wasn't in the year.
Well, it was September, so it would've
You
been-
wasn't in my year.
I know.
Oh
Oh,
my
go away.
gosh.
Leave me alone. Yeah. What about you? Age limit.
I just
Older,
said,
younger.
What? The oldest?
Mhm.
36? 37?
oldest.
His age?
No, 38.
The oldest you go. So you still go for you won't go for old women.
I've dated an old woman before.
If I've got
When I was
kids and
younger.
stuff,
When I was
I've
younger,
dated older.
She
But
was,
if I've
like,
got,
she was like 6 years old. No, I'm never gonna bet up her name. She is what? 35 now? 36?
yeah, I dated someone when I was 28. She was 35.
I know bare men now onto the older things.
It's weird you say that because I know lots of guys on the younger,
Yeah, Rabs.
and it's just mad.
One of my brothers I train with, his partner is in her late 30s, and he's 24. But he's built like a fucking linebacker, so it makes no difference.
Mm.
He's wham, like
I couldn't.
he's wham. Like I don't even play games with him man there, bro.
I think as I've gotten older, obviously, foreign being in a relationship, it would have bothered me dating a younger guy.
Why? Because they just grunt.
Yes, fucking yes.
I think when I was like maybe 21, it wouldn't. No, actually, no, that's different. If I was like 23, it wouldn't bother me dating a 21-year-old. But now, it would bother me dating.
What? Well, you got no business as a 31-year-old dating a 21-year-old.
No, I'm saying now. No, I'm not talking about that.
Wow.
I'm talking about
My brother dated Katie. Mazine, what are you doing?
old
That's
women.
not my baby
No,
brother
I'm
dating.
saying-
Nah.
I'm saying if I was 23, when I was 23, I wouldn't mind dating a 21-year-old. Now, obviously that's 2 years difference. Now it would.
It's only
bother
2
me.
years. Is there?
No,
Nah.
I'm
No,
saying.
girls-
I'm saying
girls-
a
Yeah, I know.
2-year difference.
Girls have this thing where they don't want to date boys younger than me because like they're little boys.
They're not
If I
mature
date you
enough.
above
No,
you-
not really, because I had this conversation. I said if I knew that there was a guy that was younger than me that I knew was on a mature level, it wouldn't bother me. And he was like maybe 2 years younger or something like that. That wouldn't actually bother me. And there has been times when I've like back in the day dated younger or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only dating.
Mm-mm.
To look for a
Mhm.
serious relationship is different because most men live at the age of 28 and let's say at 31, you're not looking for.
I
Man,
don't.
them out here,
Always.
man, them out here still doing baby boy because they know that they're commodities.
100%. And plus, I don't want to mother you. And sometimes I know people are, oh, that's cliche.
But
But
I spoke to girls. I spoke to girls a year above me when I was younger, and the way they used to talk, like, "But I've got experience." I beg you, fuck off, bruv.
They probably don't.
Like when people, I hate when people do that.
1
Listen,
year difference ain't that much.
it's not drastic.
It's not. That's why I said.
Oh,
like,
but
2
you
years
don't.
probably
You
wouldn't
don't know
bother
the
me.
life that I've lived, babes. You're talking to me. So your life,
Whereas
the life you've
we're
lived is the
both
same
in
life I
school
lived.
Still.
And everyone
Right.
experiences life differently.
You know,
Yeah,
like obviously I'm used to dating older guys, then go and date older guys. You're talking to me. I don't care. Oh, why
It's
you
a
being
big one.
standoffish for? Why you coming to me with? If I wanted to be mothered, I'll talk to my mum. Like, go away.
Yeah.
Or my auntie.
And that's what a lot of like girls do. Obviously, if there's a difference of me being 30 and you're like 26, what am I doing?
Oh,
Yeah, but sometimes you're blocking your blessings. Like
No, sometimes
you're not
not.
really getting to know someone.
I didn't say I want to be open though, because I obviously
God, awful
I've
sentence.
obviously had this conversation.
awful sentence.
You want to be open.
This has been episode 119 of this podcast. You can find this TSP on all your favorite TSPs, my personal favorite YouTube. You can find Mark, KD's, mine, and O's information in the description below. You can find Mark and O's information for their books,
Open.
photography in the description below. I've been Raw Talk Reese. To my right's been,
2 drinks.
to my left's been, the open lady, and we'll be back next week. Love and guidance, peace and blessings,
Open University.
and enjoy the rest of your week.